Good morning and welcome to the Energy Healing Space. My name is Vanessa and I'm here to join you for some healthy habits, information that is going to help you and everybody else in the universe. Now, you're probably aware of the energy shifts that are happening at the moment and you're wondering maybe what can I do to help? The biggest thing that every individual could do at the moment is concentrate on themselves, raising their vibrations, going within, finding the answers within, finding their calm, peaceful, confident space within. That if everyone's doing this and raising their individual vibrations, then as a mass consciousness, it will affect the whole. So as the macroism, so the microism. And each one of us is a little microism of the macroism. So we're a little piece of the bigger picture. So if we all concentrate on raising our vibrations, we're doing a magnificent job of helping the universe. You might as well visualize yourself outreaching your hands and holding all the hands of everybody else in the universe, helping them to lift up. And let's face it, at the moment, it is a very confusing time. There's a lot of information coming out that is new and quite shocking. So there's a lot of people that aren't really able to hold those truths right now. So those of you who are able to hold the truths can really help by being committed to raising your vibration, staying on a wonderful vibration throughout the day, no matter what happens, no matter what hiccups happen, being consistent with that commitment of staying on a good frequency for yourself and for others. For those who are having trouble holding the truth of what's been going on, the information that's coming out, and really the wonderful news is that we're moving towards a much, much better existence for all of us. To do this and to help those people that are having trouble holding this truth, we can do the best we can by being committed to raising our very own vibrations and cleaning up the mess that we have inside. And because of all the things that have happened in our lifetime, we may be holding on to traumas and emotional crisis, an emotionally disturbing incident, or maybe many, that are spurring in your body, in your energy system. You've got different traumas, different emotional crises that you may be holding on to that are causing blocks in the flow of your energy. They may be even paralyzing your life. You may be thinking about them often. You may be sitting in them. And this is unhealthy for you. It's unhealthy for the universe as well. So I thought we could do a little bit of tapping to try and remove some of these blockages that we may be holding on to, so that we can be even better at raising our vibrations for ourselves and thus for the universe, and also giving that contribution that you want to do to help your brothers and sisters in this world, this big family that we have, and of course especially the children that have been suffering and have now been released. Those that have survived are going to need a lot of support and love. And as we can put those vibrations out into the universe to help support everyone involved in this big movement. And it is everyone. We're all involved. So let's start by looking at removing some of the little traumas, or big traumas if you feel you can, right here, right now in this moment. We're going to check in with ourselves first. So let's place our hands one over on top of the other on our heart chakra in the middle of our chest area. And we're going to check in with ourselves. So closing your eyes if you like, and taking a deep breath in through your nose and out through your nose. And just continue deep breathing and checking in with yourself. Just want you to identify what you would like to work on for yourself today. Is there something that happened to you that you're holding on to, that you're having trouble letting go of? You can't stop thinking about it. It was so horrible, and you don't want to forget it in case you have to go through that again. You want to hold on to it so that it keeps you safe. And on a scale of 1 to 10, 1 being very little, 10 being intense, identify whereabouts on that scale you actually feel about this incident, this thing that happened to you, this thing that you went through that was hard, and you're having trouble letting it go. Okay, we've all got that number now. Let's start tapping. So we're going to start tapping on the karate chop point on the side of the hand. And if you just tap after me and repeat after me. Even though this bad thing happened to me, I love, approve, and forgive myself. Even though I had something really awful happen to me, I deeply and completely love, accept, and forgive myself and anyone else who may be involved. Taking full responsibility for my health and well-being, even though I had a very disturbing incident happen to me and I can't seem to let it go. I choose to remain calm and confident, and I choose to look at releasing this. Let's take it to the top of the head. I had something really horrible happen to me. Back of the neck. It hurts every time I think about it. It hurts me so much. I feel sick when I think about it. It was so awful. I don't want to tell anybody. It was so horrible. I feel shameful. I can't believe that that happened to me. It makes me sick. It makes me feel pained. This thing that happened to me, that was so severe. This thing that happened to me that's holding me back from enjoying my life. It was terrible. It makes me cry. It was so hard to go through. Just keep tapping through the fingers, just on the side of the edge of the nail there. This thing that happened to me This awful thing that happened to me. How am I ever going to get past it? Side of the hand again. This thing was so bad that happened to me. It was so bad. I don't know what to do with it. It keeps coming up for me. I keep thinking about it. Sometimes I think about it over and over again. This thing that happened to me, it was real. This thing that happened to me, I don't know if anyone would ever be able to understand how bad it was. I suffered so much. This thing that happened made me suffer so much. It was so, so bad. I never want to tell anybody. I never want to tell them this horrible thing that happened to me. I'm going to suffer in silence. I'm going to hold on to this. I need to remember it. I need to remember it so I know that it won't happen again. I won't let it happen again. But I'm always scared it might. Maybe it might happen again. I'm terrified. I am so fearful of this. So fearful. I'm still holding all that pain, the pain this thing caused me. I'm angry about it. I'm so angry about it. It hurt me so much. It was so painful. This thing that happened, it hurt me. Just keep going through the fingers again on the side of the nail. I'd like to look at processing this thing. I can see that going over and over it in my mind is just making me feel sicker. I'm holding on to this thing like it's some sort of treasure. It was so horrible. How could I ever forget it? How could I ever let it go? It hurts so much. It's incredible. My health is important. I am important. I deserve to feel good. I really deserve to feel good. How can I feel good if I keep thinking about this thing that happened to me? This thing that happened to me makes me feel like I'm damaged. How can I ever feel good if I'm damaged? I think I'm going to feel damaged for the rest of my life because of this thing that happened. This thing that happened to me that hurt me so badly, it damaged me. Am I going to continue allowing it to hurt me more and more each day? That would be my choice, wouldn't it? It would be my choice if I keep allowing this thing to traumatize me. I'd like to look at this trauma I'd like to be able to look at this trauma and know that yes, it did happen. It did. It really did happen. Next finger. And it happened to me. Yes, this thing, it happened to me. I lived it. I had to go through it. Next finger. I was so scared. And even thinking about it makes me feel scared again and again and again. I feel like I let myself down. This horrible thing that happened to me, how could I allow it to happen? How could I allow this thing to happen to me? I feel so shameful that this thing happened to me. Okay, let's take it to the top of the head again. I know this thing happened, and I can't take it away, but I can change the way I feel and think about it through my choice. I can choose to begin to look at this thing. I can choose to begin to look at this horrible thing that happened to me and remove myself from this thing. I'm willing to separate myself somewhat from this thing. I'm willing to heal from this horrible time. I love and approve of myself. I choose to love and approve of myself. This means allowing myself some space from this incident. I'm going to choose to remove the closeness between me and this incident, this horrible thing that happened to me, that sometimes feels like that's all I am, this horrible thing. It's all me. It's absorbed me. I'm ready to see that it's not me. I'm ready to put it into something that's separate from me. I'm ready to put some distance between me and this incident. I'm ready to stop holding on to this incident like it's some precious treasure. Because this treasure is not helping me. It's bringing me down every time I think about it. And I've connected myself with this incident as if we are one. I'm ready to put a little distance between me and this incident. I'm ready to remove myself from this incident. Okay, now let's take a couple of deep breaths in through our nose and this time out through our mouth. And as you breathe out and exhale through your mouth, relieve the tension. Sigh if you'd like to. Relieve, let go of any negative tension that has come up for you because we're talking about this horrible incident that did happen to you and that is affecting your life on a daily basis, no doubt. Oh. Okay, now that thing that you're thinking about, that incident that happened to you that you have identified, you've given it an intensity number at the beginning of our session. Now, we're going to put it in a box so that you can see that it's not you. You're separate from this incident. This incident has not engulfed you. You have not become this incident. You can be free of it, and you can be in control of how you think about it, how you're connected to it. Let's try this. I want you to imagine a box that you would like to put this incident into. It could be a cardboard box. It could be a glass box. It could be a steel box with many locks. It could be a wooden box. It could be a box of many colors. It could be one single color. It may have patterns on it. I want you to close your eyes and for a second, a few seconds, imagine the box that you're going to put this incident into. How big is that box? Imagine how big it is. Imagine the shape of the box. Is it a square? Is it a rectangle? Imagine the box has a bottom and a lid on top. Imagine the color of the box. All right, you've got your box. Imagine your box is sitting right there in front of you. Now what you're going to do is close your eyes. Once again, place your hands on your heart and take some deep breaths. And as you breathe, breathe in the universal energy and feel that connection with the universe. You are completely supported by the universal energy. The universe is supporting you to remove this incident from inside you. The pain, the tension, the shame, the guilt, the anger, the frustration, the regret, all of it, the whole package that comes with this incident. You're going to take it, you've got it here in your hands, this incident that happened, this horrible, horrible incident that ruined your life is in your hands right now. Support it with one hand, take the other hand, place your hand on the lid of that box. Lift the lid of the box and place that incident into the box, right down into the middle of that box. It's in there now. You've got it all in. Is there any tentacles that are hanging out like cords trying to grapple at you? You're going in the box. Push the tentacles into the box. Okay, you've got that issue fully contained in the box. It's not going anywhere. Close the lid. I don't know how many of you have imagined locks or ribbons or whatever you want to do to tie that box down, but do it right now in your mind. Secure that box. If that means putting a big chain around it and padlocking it up, do it. Roping it, sticky taping, whatever you have to do, have that box contained. Well done. Yes, that's the first step. Oh, that was a big thing. Let's take a deep breath. Okay, now place your hands over your heart once again. Look at the box. Now look at you. Now look at the box. Now look at you. And realize that you are separate to that box. Take some deep breaths, realizing this entirety, that you are not in that box. You're here. That issue is in the box. It's separate from you, completely separate. Oh, what a relief. Okay, now you've got the box here. You can pick the box up and you can move it away from you even further. You can pick that box up and put it in your car or on your bike or on your horse, whatever you want to put that box onto, to move it as far away from you as possible. And I want you to remove it in your mind as far away as it is comfortable for you to feel safe, right here, right now, in this moment. How far have you got to move that box away from you so you feel completely safe that that box is contained over there? It can't harm you. You can look at it anytime you want to. You can go in and unlock that box and take piece by piece out of that box, or take the whole thing out at once. But you are in control of that box and what happens with that box. It can no longer harm you unless you choose it to. All right. Now you're feeling nice and separate from that box. Now we're just going to have a peek view at that box again, and we're going to start clearing something out of that box. Okay, so reaching over to the box, retrieving it, and unlocking it, and opening the lid. Look at the problem. Look at that issue that hurt you so badly. Now close the box. Now open it again. You hurt me, issue. You hurt me. And now I want to forgive you and forgive everything that was involved in this situation so that I can process you and allow you to be released. So we're going to open the lid, take something out of the box that you want to work on. Place it there in front of you, right there in front of you. And I want you to look at it as we do our tapping round. Even though you hurt me and you made me feel so much pain, I choose to accept this situation, and I choose to love and accept myself anyway. Even though You hurt me. That situation that I'm looking at tore me apart. I choose to feel okay about all of this. I choose to let go of the pain that is holding on to me from this situation. Even though I'm looking at you right now, situation right in front of me that hurt me so badly, I see that you are separate from me. I see that I have the choice of reliving and re-traumatizing myself about you. Or I can process you. I can drop the intensity that I'm holding towards you. I can choose to forgive this situation and move past it. Let's take it to the top of the head. I'm choosing to let you go. You're only hurting me more and more. Back of the neck. I'm choosing to let this situation that hurt me so badly go and stop traumatizing me over and over. I'm sick of torturing myself. I can see that you're separate from me, situation. I can see that you did happen. But now is now, and then was then. I now have the power to process you, to see you for what you really are, a thorn in my side, and let you go. It's not serving me to hold on and keep hugging you close to me and torturing myself. That's not healthy for me and my body. And I want to be healthy. I want to be healthy in my mind. I'm happy to allow this distance between you and me. I'm happy to know that we are separate and I am not absorbed by you. Let's take it to the side of the thumb again. This situation that I'm looking at, and I'm looking right at it, right now, in this present moment. I'm ready to allow my intensity of feeling when I look at this situation to drop. Then was then, and now is now. I have a whole life ahead of me to live. I don't want to take you with me. I want to move forward freely, free of the burden of your torture. Yes, you hurt me. Yes, you did, very badly. And yes, I was affected. But that doesn't mean I need to stay affected. That doesn't mean I need to stay affected by this emotional crisis, this emotional incident. this trauma that I'm holding on to. Even though I had this trauma, I choose to allow it to pass through and leave me now. I choose to see this trauma as separate from me. I choose to see this trauma removable from me. I choose to see myself moving forward free from this trauma. I choose to see myself dancing away from this trauma, free from the torture of the situation that I did experience. I'm no longer experiencing it now. This is a different day. I don't have to hold on to that trauma. I choose to allow that trauma to go away from me now. I choose to feel good within myself. I choose to call my power back into my body. I choose to allow my power to be absorbed all the way through my body. I choose to look at forgiving myself, situation, and anybody else who may be involved. I do not condone any bad behavior that happened to me, but I forgive myself for putting myself in that situation, and I forgive anybody else that may be involved. I forgive this situation so that I can move forward into the light. Next finger. I choose to be free of this particular incident. I choose to remove myself from the bad feelings involved with this incident. All the pain, all the shame, all the guilt, all of the anger, all of the resentment, all of the blame, all of the frustration, all of the sadness, all of the heartache, the pain that this incident caused me. Baby finger. I choose to allow it all to pass through. This is my choice. I have the power to do this. I have the power to learn from this incident, but not be held down by it. I choose to forgive this incident. I choose to forgive anybody else who may be involved in this incident. I choose to accept this incident. I totally choose to accept this incident. One more round. I'm ready to move on from this incident. Even though I had this horrible, horrible incident happen to me, I choose to move forward in leaps and bounds. I choose to move forward away from this incident and live my life enjoying every day. I choose to move on and be happy. I am willing to let this incident go. I'm willing to love myself. I'm willing to do this for myself. I'm willing to remove the incident from me. I'm willing to let it go so it doesn't hurt me anymore. I'm willing to move forward fearlessly and feel good. I'm willing to feel relief from letting this incident go. I'm willing to feel relief from this incident right now, here in this moment. I am willing to release this incident and feel good. I'm willing to allow this incident to be just a thing of the past. I am willing to live my life without torturing myself about this incident. I am willing to love and appreciate myself and accept myself exactly the way I am, with or without this incident. I'm willing to feel good about letting this incident go. I'm willing to be removed from this incident. I'm willing to give myself a fresh start, the start of living without this burden that I've been carrying for so long. I'm so happy I'm doing this for myself. I'm so happy I'm doing this for others. I'm so happy I'm committed to helping myself and helping the universe at the same time. That was amazing. You did a fantastic job. Now you've got that incident sitting right there in front of you. Let's pick him up. Open the lid to that box. Put that incident back in the box. Or maybe that incident has totally dissolved for you. It's just gone. You don't need to put it back in the box. You've got other incidents in the box that you might like to pull out and look at any time. But remember, you are separate from those incidences. And we're going to do this again. You will always have this to go back to and repeat. Repeat it until you've emptied that box of all the little traumas that you've put in there that are affecting you on a day-to-day basis and stopping you from raising your vibrations and feeling good. Thank you for looking at your traumas today. Thank you for seeing that you are separate from your trauma. Thank you for allowing yourself to move away from those things that are holding you back. You are a wonderful being of light, and the universe loves and supports you so dearly. You are so loved and appreciated. Go forth, enjoy the rest of your day, feeling free from those things that are dragging you down. Keep working on this. This isn't an overnight solution. This is part of the process of working and helping yourself and making the choice to have a better life because you deserve it. Thank you, and I'll see you again shortly.